Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Kindly turn on your videos.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Ma'am, can I turn my video on after a few minutes?
Yeah, sure. Who's logged in with the name Asmi MJ? Oh, okay.
Ma'am,
That's
I'm Srijana, ma'am.
Srijana. All right.
My sister signed from this. If I got a join from next meeting, I will join as Srijana, ma'am.
All right. Okay. All right, children. Where is Lishant? Pradit, Lishant.
Ma'am?
Kindly turn on your video. Yeah, please turn on your video.
I can't turn on
Okay,
it.
ma'am.
All right, children, as I was telling you, you should watch the videos. Last class, I was telling you should have watched the videos on polynomials based on factor theorem and remainder theorem. So the videos were already shared with you in the May vacations. So you should have watched the videos on factor theorem and remainder theorem from polynomials. So we'll discuss a few sums related to factor and remainder theorem now. So you can see the first question. I've shared my screen. Is it visible?
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, all right, children. Yeah. So the question is, find the value of A. Find the value of A for which, no, before that, I need to check how many of you are at least okay with these concepts. Maybe you've not, you're not thorough, but at least you watched it once and, you can manage to understand the class. How many of you? Arjun, have you watched the videos based on remainder and factor theorem from polynomials?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Jana is new to the class. What about Danya?
Watched, ma'am.
All right. Devadarshini? Devadarshini? Jayant? No reply. Lishant is new. Prajit?
Yes, ma'am. I have watched the videos, ma'am.
Madhavita?
Ma'am, I watched the videos.
Netra?
Ma'am, I have watched, but I was not clear with this.
Meaning you need to watch again, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Sindhu and Sanjay? All right. Krishmi? Shri Krishmi? No, you're not audible. Tanishka? Okay, you're nodding, so you have watched.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am, watched,
Tanishka?
but I can't.
But you can't?
Ma'am, I can't understand factor theorem.
Okay, fine. Please rewatch the videos. Because I've made it very crisp. The videos are very crisp. They're only for, less than 5 minutes. So nothing is repeated in the videos. So you need to rewatch them. I have not repeated anything in the videos because, it shouldn't be boring to watch. So each video, if you would have noticed, will be less than 5 minutes. I try to make it as crisp as possible so that you don't hesitate to watch it many times. So it's just a matter of 5 minutes and you can rewatch the videos if you want. Well, children. So let's begin. Yeah, the first question, find the value of A. So the what we'll be seeing today will be a mixture of questions from factor theorem and remainder theorem. So find the value of A for which x minus 1 is a factor of P of x is equal to ax square. A square x cube minus 4ax plus 4a minus 1. So what is given to us? What is given to us? We are given a polynomial P of x. Don't write anything. Don't write anything. First listen. So we are given a polynomial P of x, ax squared x cube. Oh, I'm sorry. A squared x cube minus 4ax plus 4a minus 1. So this is the polynomial. This is the polynomial. And we call this polynomial P of x. And it's P of x. X because x is the variable. You can see x cube, x is the variable. X is the variable. A square is the coefficient of x cube. P of x is equal to a square x cube plus 4ax plus 4a minus 1. X cube. The coefficient of x cube is a square. The coefficient of x is 4a. And 4a minus 1 is a constant. It does not have an x or x square or x cube in it. So this is the constant. So basically, this is a cubic polynomial. It's a cubic polynomial. See here, you can see the highest power, 3. It's a cubic polynomial. A square is the coefficient of x cube. 4a is the coefficient of x. And 4a minus 1 is a constant because it does not have any x factor in it. There is no x factor in it. So 4a minus 1 is the constant. So now, this is the cubic polynomial. It's called P of x. P of x, x because x is the variable. Now, we know that a cubic polynomial has a maximum of 3 factors. We know that a cubic polynomial has a maximum of 3 factors. One of the factors is given to you. X minus 1 is a factor of P of x. One of the 3 factors is given to you. A cubic polynomial has a maximum of 3 factors. And one of the factors is given to you. X minus 1 is a factor. Now, with the help of this information, you will have to find the value of A. With the help of this information, you will have to find the value of A. Okay, so if x minus 1 is a factor, that means when you divide, if x minus 1 is a factor, see when you divide a number with by its factor, now say 80, you divide 80 by 8. 8 is a factor of 80. 8 is a factor of 80. So when you divide a number by its factor, the remainder will be 0. The remainder on division will be 0. The remainder on division will be 0. But if you divide 80 by say 7, you will not get 0 as a remainder. You will get some remainder. What will be the remainder? 7 ones are 7. 80, 7, 7 ones are 7. 1 is the remainder. 0 comes down. 7 ones are 7. 3 is the remainder. Why are we getting 3 as a remainder? Because 7 is not a factor of 80. Because 7 is not a factor of 80. So when you divide a number by its factor, when you divide a number by its factor, the remainder will be 0. When you divide a number by a number, when you divide the number by a number which is not its factor, 0 will not be the remainder. You will get a non-zero remainder. You will get a non-zero remainder. Now here x minus 1 is a factor. So equate it to 0. First equate the factor to 0 and find the value of x. Equate the factor to 0 and find the value of x. X is 1. Equate the factor to 0 and find the value of x. X is 1. Now, since x minus 1 is a factor, the value of P of 1 will be 0. That is, this is the remainder. When
Ma'am?
Yes?
Ma'am, I'm Devadarshini, ma'am. Ma'am, today I'm not feeling well, ma'am. I'm having severe cold and headache, ma'am. So,
Right.
can I use the recording, ma'am?
Or you want to leave the meeting, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Devadarshini, please take care. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, children. So I was telling you that equate the factor to 0, even if it is not a factor, equate it to 0 and find the value of x. Find the value of x. Now the value of x is 1. The value of x is 1. Now in the videos you have seen finding the value of the polynomial for different values of x. Now you can find, now for this polynomial, you can find the value of this polynomial, say at, you can find the value of this polynomial at x is equal to 2. I'll tell you what it means. You can find the value of this polynomial at x is equal to 2. You can find the value of this polynomial at x is equal to 2. See here in place of x we're using 2. What do we mean by that? Wherever there is x, we'll use 2. Wherever there is x, not a, wherever there is x, we'll use 2. Wherever there is x, we'll use 2. So now here we have x minus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to 1. So in place of x, we are going to use 1. And when you use 1 in place of x, the value of the polynomial is 0. What does the value of the polynomial indicate? The remainder. The remainder. The value of the polynomial indicates the remainder. The remainder can be 0 or anything other than 0. If it is a factor, the remainder is 0. If it's not a factor, now supposing x minus 1 is not a factor and say the remainder is 5, then we say p of 1 is equal to 5. Supposing it is given that x minus 1 is not a factor. Okay, x minus 1 is not a factor. If it's not a factor, there'll be some remainder, right, on division. If it's not a factor, there'll be some remainder on division. So supposing it's given that x minus 1 is not a factor and the remainder on division is say 5. So x minus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to 1. Then we say p of 1 is equal to 5. P of 1 is equal to 5. Equate x minus 1 to 0 and find the value of x. That's the first step. And in place of x, the polynomial is called p of x. In place of x, use 1, p of 1. P of 1 is equal to, what should you write here? What should you write here? You must write the remainder. The remainder will be given. If it is a factor, if the given expression is a factor, then you know the remainder is 0. If it's a factor, you know the remainder is 0. Then you should take 0 here. If it's not a factor, the remainder will be given to you. So supposing it's given that the remainder is 5, p of 1 is equal to 5. So p of 1 is equal to 0 means, p of 1 is equal to 0 means x minus 1 is a factor. If I say p of 5 is equal to 2, if I say p of 5 is equal to 2, that means when you divide the polynomial by x minus 5, the remainder is 2. We'll understand this. We'll understand this better. I've not still started explaining the answer. I've not still started explaining the answer. So if I say p of 5 is equal to 3 for this polynomial, if I say p of 5 is equal to 3, p of 5 is equal to 3 means, now from 5, last class I told you, if it is 5, x minus 5 is the linear expression. If it is p of 5, take the opposite sign. The variable is x. The variable is x. Take the opposite sign. Here it's plus 5. Then x minus 5 is the expression. X minus 5 is the expression. And it's given p of 5 is equal to 3. This is the remainder. It means when p of x is divided by x minus 5, the remainder is 3. That's the meaning. If it is minus 5 here, if it's minus 5 here, that means the expression is x plus 5. And what do you understand? If it's given p of minus 5 is equal to 3, supposing it's given p of minus 5 is equal to 3, what do we understand by this? So from minus 5, we get the expression x plus 5. Take the opposite sign. X because X is the variable. X is the variable. So X plus 5. Now P of minus 5 is equal to 3 means when P of X, when this polynomial is divided by X plus 5, 3 is the remainder. Because it's given is equal to 3. So that means 3 is the remainder. If it's given equal to 0, supposing it's given is equal to 0, that means when you divide the polynomial P of X by X plus 5, the remainder is 0, meaning it's a factor. X plus 5 is a factor. Because when is the remainder 0? Only when you divide the expression by its factor. Okay, now let's understand this answer. So you see here. This is the given polynomial P of X. This is the given polynomial P of X. It's given that X minus 1 is a factor of P of X. So equate X minus 1 to 0 and find the value of X. Now, since it's a factor, we say P of X. In place of X, we use 1. P of X. In place of X, we use 1. X is equal to 1. X is equal to 1. So what is the value of P of 1? What's the value of P of 1? It is 0. What is the 0? It's a remainder. How do we assume that the remainder is 0? Because it's given it's a factor. Because it's given X minus 1 is a factor of P of X. Because it's given X minus 1 is a factor of P of X. And you know, when you divide P of X by its factor, the remainder will be 0. So what is given? Somebody's mic is enabled. Disable your mic. Lishant. Disable your mic. Yeah, so this is how we understand when we write P of 1 is 0. So from 1, we understand the expression is X minus 1. This is the remainder. This is the remainder. So when P of X is divided by X minus 1, the remainder is 0. Why is the remainder 0? Because X minus 1 is a factor. When you divide P of X by its factor, the remainder will be 0. The remainder will be 0. So X is equal to 1. So this means we have a condition. The condition is P of 1 is equal to 0. P of 1 is equal to 0. Now, this is very important. Using this, we go ahead. Using this, we go ahead. P of 1 is equal to 0. Using this, we go ahead. So writing this is very important. Writing this one is very important. Now, what do we mean by P of 1? What do we mean by P of 1? What is P of X? Here, this one. So in P of X, wherever there is X, you should use 1. Wherever there is X, not A or any other letter, wherever there is X, you should use 1. So see carefully, children. Can you see P of X? This is P of X. So what is this? This should be replaced with 1. So see here. A square into 1 cube. Can you see here? Look at this in this step. Look at this in this step. Look at the polynomial P of X in this step. See here. A square x cube. So A square 1 cubed because X is 1. Minus 4AX. Minus 4AX is 1. Plus 4A minus 1. That one as it is because there is no X there. Wherever there is X, you will have to use 1. Wherever there is X, you have to use 1. There is no X here. So as it is equal to 0. Why is equal to 0? That's the condition we have. P of 1 is equal to 0. So is equal to 0. So how have we expressed P of X? How have we expressed P of X? Sorry, P of 1. P of 1 in P of X. In P of X, wherever there is X, we replace that with 1. See P of X, P of 1. Wherever there is X, we use 1. Wherever there is X, we use 1. And so we have this one is equal to 0. So now we'll have to work this. So how do we work this? 1 cubed is 1. 1 cubed is 1. A square into 1 is A square. 1 cubed is 1. A square into 1 is A square. Minus 4A into 1 is minus 4A. Plus 4A minus 1 is equal to 0. Minus 4A plus 4A gets cancelled. So we have A square minus 1 is equal to 0. That means A square is equal to 1 when you transpose. When you transpose, A square is equal to 1. And A is equal to square root of 1. So A is equal to plus or minus 1. You know the square root of 1 is 1 itself plus or minus 1. So A is equal to plus 1 or A is equal to minus 1. Do we understand, children? This is how we find the value of A. So it's very important to write this condition. When we solve 3/4 sums, I think you will be more clear. Take down this. Write this fast in your book. Give the heading remainder and factor theorem. These are questions mixed based on these two concepts. Remainder and factor theorem. Quickly write the answer, question and answer. Are we all writing? Done, children?
1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Completed, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so this is the next one. If x cube plus
Ma'am, 1 minute.
all right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. All right, children, this is the next question. If x cubed plus mx squared minus x plus 6. So again, it's a cubic polynomial. You can see the highest power of x is 3. The highest power of x is 3. So it's a cubic polynomial. If x cubed plus mx squared minus x plus 6 has, okay, how many factors does a cubic polynomial have? How many factors does a cubic polynomial have?
3.
It has a maximum
Three
of 3 factors. It can have a maximum of 3 factors. A cubic polynomial can have a maximum of 3 factors. All right. So in the question we have if the given polynomial has x minus 2 as a factor. So one of the factors is x minus 2 and leaves. See, you can divide a polynomial by any expression. If the expression is a factor, the remainder is 0. If the expression is not a factor, the remainder is not 0. So here x minus 2 is a factor. So you know the remainder is 0. X minus 2 is a factor of the given cubic polynomial. That means when you divide the cubic polynomial by x minus 2, The remainder is 0 because x minus 2 is a factor and leaves remainder r. That means the remainder is not given. Okay, leaves remainder r when divided by x minus 3. Find the values of m and r. So first thing is, you don't write anything now. Please listen to me when I'm explaining. So when the polynomial is not named, please name the polynomial. So we know we are given the polynomial x cubed plus mx square minus x plus 6. All right. It's not named, like it's not called p of x or q of x or r of x. So name it first. That's very convenient to work. So we call it p of x. P of x. X important because x is the variable. Supposing the polynomial was y cubed plus my square minus y plus 6, supposing, then we call it p of y. P of y. This is important. Y is the variable. Y is the variable, and that letter should be indicated in the bracket. All right. So here we call it p of x because x is the variable. X cubed plus mx square minus x plus 6 is the polynomial, the cubic polynomial. It's given that x minus 2 is a factor. Equate it. Okay, equate it to 0. Equate x minus 2 to 0. Please watch what I'm writing. Equate it to 0. What is the value of x you get? 2. Now, how do we proceed further with 2? P of x is 2. So see, you'll have to generate the conditions to work. You'll have to generate the conditions to work. Well, we have P of x and x is 2. So P of 2 is equal to, you should write the remainder here. We have one value for x. Okay, we have one value for x. P of x. We have x is 2. So instead of x, we'll say 2. P of 2. Now P of 2 is equal to, what should you write here? You should write the remainder. You must write the remainder here. What is the remainder? X minus 2 is a factor. So what will be the remainder? 0. So you have generated the condition P of 2 is equal to 0. The value of this cubic polynomial at x is equal to 2 will be 0. What comes here is the remainder. What comes here is the remainder. So now this is one condition you have generated. P of 2 is equal to 0. Now how do you work with this? How do you work with this condition? In the polynomial, in the cubic polynomial P of x, wherever there is x, replace that with 2. So what do I have? P of 2 means 2 cubed. See there, x cubed. So 2 cubed plus m into 2 square minus 2 plus 6. So I have this P of 2 is, what is this? P of 2 is expressed like this. P of 2. This is equal to, sign is equal to 0, 0. So we need to work with this. We'll work this. We are not solving this now. I'll show you in the next slide. This is one thing. Now, what is the other thing? When you divide the same polynomial P of x, when the same polynomial P of x is divided by x minus 3, when it's divided by x minus 3, the remainder is r. The remainder is r. Equate x minus, so x minus 3 is not a factor. X minus 3 is not a factor. X minus 3 is not a factor. That is why when you divide P of x by x minus 3, the remainder is r. It's not a factor. Okay, so x minus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. X is equal to 3. Is this understood? Equate it to 0 and find the value of x. Now P of 3, P of x, P of 3, x is 3. P of 3 is equal to, x is 3. So P of x, P of 3 is equal to, I must write the remainder here. What is the remainder? It is r. P of 3 is equal to r is the next condition. P of 3 is equal to r is the next condition. And how do you work with this? Wherever there is x, use 3. Wherever there is x, use 3. Now, Jana, tell me. Sri Jana, tell me. How do you proceed with the condition P of 3 is equal to R? Yes, quickly. Wherever there is X, use 3. Yes, Srijana. Tanishka.
Ma'am, we have in P of X, where are the X, we have to use the 3.
Correct. So what will you write under P of 3? Tell me that.
Reminder, ma'am.
No, you're not answering my question. P of 3. What will be the next line? What should I write here under P of 3? You said it right. Guess how many of you have the answer to that? Raise your hand. Use the digital hand and raise your hand. How many of you can answer that question? Madhumita, Prajit, Sindhu, Sanjay, Danya, Nishant. Okay, Nishant. Very good. Netra. Nishant, yes, go ahead.
Ma'am, 0.
0 for what?
Yeah.
No. How do you express P of 3? P of 3. What should I write here? How do I continue with P of 3 is equal to R? What did we do for P of 2 is equal to 0? Okay, how many of you have raised your hand? Okay, Pranjit.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
3 cube plus
3 cube
plus m 3 square
3 square
minus 3
minus 3
plus 6 is equals R.
is equal to plus 6 is equal to R. Very good. In the polynomial P of X, wherever there is X, we should replace that with 3. That's what it is. Very good. All right, let's see the answer now. See here. Those who understood can start working. Others kindly listen. Others kindly listen. So see here, I said let f of x. You can even call it f of x, children. You can call it p of x, f of x, g of x. Normally we say p of x and f of x. Normally we say p of x, f of x. X is the variable. So let f of x be equal to x cube plus mx square minus x plus 6, because the polynomial, the cubic polynomial is not given any name. So we are naming it first. Let this be called f of x. Okay, that's the first thing. Now case 1, what is given? X minus 2 is a factor of f of x. See here, it's given x minus 2 is a factor of f of x. Why f of x means this cubic polynomial? We are referring to this cubic polynomial as f of x. It's given that x minus 2 is a factor of f of x. This one is f of x. X minus 2 is a factor of f of x. So equated to 0, x minus 2 is 0, x is equal to 2. It implies x is equal to 2. On solving, x minus 2 is equal to 0. When you take this to the other side, x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. Now we have got the value of x. X is 2. So now in place of x, we are going to use 2. So this means f of 2. Why did we say 0? Because x minus 2 is a factor. So that means the remainder is 0. X minus 2 is a factor, which means the remainder is 0. X minus 2 is a factor, which means the remainder is 0. So this is the condition generated. Because see, we've called it f of x. F of x. So f of 2, because x is equal to 2, is equal to the remainder. What is the remainder? Remainder is not given, but it's a factor. X minus 2 is a factor, so the remainder is 0. So generating this condition is very important. F of 2 is equal to 0. 0 is the remainder. Now, how do you express f of 2? In the polynomial, wherever there is x, use 2. So 2 cubed plus m into 2 square minus 2 plus 6 is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. And solve that. And get the value of m. Solve that and get the value of m. So you see m is equal to minus 3. The value of m is minus 3. And what is m, children? It's a coefficient of x square. Look at the polynomial. Look at the polynomial. What is m? M is a coefficient of x square. M is the coefficient of x square. All right. Now case 2. What's the next case? The next case is f of x leaves remainder r when divided by x minus 3. F of x leaves remainder r when divided by x minus 3. That's given in the question. That's given. When the same polynomial is divided by x minus 3, the remainder is r. Please read the question. It's given. So equate x minus 3 to 0. Equate x minus 3 to 0. The value of x is 3. The value of x is 3. The value of x is 3. So what's the condition generated from this? F of 3 is equal to r. Is equal to the remainder r. X is equal to 3. So f of x, f of 3, x is 3, is equal to, you must write the remainder here. What is the remainder? R. It's not 0. It's not always f of 3 is equal to 0, f of 2 is equal to 0. It's not always 0. It is 0 only when it's a factor. When the given expression is a factor. Otherwise, it will be the remainder, whatever remainder here. And the remainder is r. So this condition is important. F of 3 is equal to r. So again, Lishant, you understand what is f of 3 is equal to r?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Explain this. Explain this. What is this? How did we get this step? Just try. You're very new to the class. This is your first session. It's okay if you don't answer. Just try to say something. Am I audible and clear, Lishant?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. No problem. Next class, you can try some other question. Fine, I'll ask Srijana. Can you explain how we get this, Srijana?
I can't understand that minus 3. How came minus 3, man?
Because it's minus x. Minus x is 3.
No, ma'am. X cube plus mx square. And
We got the value of
3,
m, no,
x
m
has
minus 3.
3.
We got the value of m minus 3.
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
I
tell
didn't
me,
see
Jana.
that minus.
No problem. Very good. I like that. Yeah. Now tell me, Jana.
First, we should do the 3 cube plus minus 3 is equal to m is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to 3 square. See, 3 cube. And 3x is equal to 3 square minus 3 plus 6. X minus 2. Is that, ma'am?
Yeah. I get you. Is equal to r. You should complete
R.
this. Is equal to r. You must complete
R.
that.
And
See
this
now.
27 minus 27 minus 3 plus 6. What's the? I can't understand.
No. I don't want you to read what you see on the slide. 1 minute. Did you understand that the meaning of f of 3 is this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Is equal to r. Is equal to r. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay. And as you rightly asked me, how did we get minus 3 here? It's mx square and we already got the value of m is minus 3. So we use that value of m.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now this will be 3 squared 9. 9 into minus 3 minus 27. 9 into minus 3 minus 27 and 3 cubed is 27. Minus 3 plus 6 is equal to r. And yeah, 27 minus 27 gets cancelled. 6 minus 3 is 3. So the value of r is 3. So like this, we find the values of m and r.
Okay.
So children, the generating this condition and this condition is very important. Once you generate these two conditions, it's very easy. This is the remainder. Remember that is equal to what you write as a remainder. Is equal to what you write as a remainder. Yes, please write down, children. Please write down. Done, children?
1 minute, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. Done, children?
1 minute, ma'am.
1 minute, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Speed writing.
Completed, ma'am.
All right. Shall we move on, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's it. Now with these two, all the others should look very easy for you. Look at this question. If R and S, okay, so children, so now that we found the value of M here, you can construct the polynomial. So the polynomial is x cubed. I've gone back to the second one. So the polynomial is, somebody's mic is enabled, disable your mic. So the polynomial is x cubed and we got the value of M minus 3. So minus 3x squared minus x plus 6. This is the polynomial. See, earlier we did not know the coefficient of x squared. It was given as M. Now we found the value of M. So you can construct the polynomial. So it's x cubed minus 3x squared minus x plus 6. The coefficient of x cubed is 1. The coefficient of x squared is minus 3. The coefficient of x is minus 1. And the constant is plus 6. Right, the next one, if R and S are the remainders, when the polynomials, that means you have two here. Okay, if R and S are the remainders, when the polynomials P of X, whatever was given there, and Q of X, whatever was given there, are divided by X plus 1 and X minus 2 respectively, and 2R plus S is equal to 6, find the value of A. Let us understand the information given first. The answer is very, very easy. Let's understand what is given. So we have two polynomials here. We have two polynomials. Let's understand the information given. So they've already named it. One is called P of X, x cubed plus 2x square minus 5ax minus 7. This is one polynomial. The other polynomial is called Q of X. See, supposing they have not named the polynomials, you have to name it. You'll have to call it P of X, F of X, only then working becomes easy. They've already named the polynomials. Okay, so what is Q of X? X cubed plus ax squared minus 12ax plus 6. Now what is given when P of X? It's given that when P of X is divided by, don't write this, is divided by x minus x plus 1, the remainder is R. This is given. For this, what is given? When Q of X is divided, please watch what I'm writing. I'm writing for you. When Q of X is divided by x minus 2, the remainder is S. Is S. So easy. So easy. So two polynomials, that is, they are the dividends. They are the dividends. P of X and Q of X are the dividends. P of X and Q of X are the dividends. P of X is divided by x plus 1. What happens on division, children? You will get a quotient and remainder. When you divide a number by another number, you will get two more numbers called the quotient and remainder. So here nothing is given about the quotient, forget it. The remainder is R. I'm repeating, when P of X is divided, think of the division process. When P of X is divided by x plus 1, the remainder is R. Do we understand that information? Next, when Q of X is divided by x minus 2, the remainder is S. Please understand this. That's what is given in the question. X plus 1 and x minus 2 respectively. That is respectively meaning P of X is divided by x minus 1 and Q of X is divided by x minus 2. The first one for P of X, the second one for Q of X. That is the meaning of respectively. We have P of X first and then Q of X. X plus 1 is for P of X. X minus 2 is for Q of X. I haven't still come to this. I haven't still explained this. 2R plus S is equal to 6. I have not explained. Don't worry about that. Do not worry about 2R plus S is equal to 6. I have not still explained that. All of you understand this information?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you? All of you? Raise your hand. Use the emoji. Raise your hand. All of us. Okay. Good. Now, when you work the first condition, you will get the value of, 1 second. So we have P of X is equal to x cube plus 2x square minus 5ax minus 7. Equate x plus 1 to 0. X is equal to minus 1. X is equal to minus 1. Now what should I write? P of minus 1 is equal to what? What's the remainder? What is the remainder?
R.
R. P of minus 1 is equal to R. What's the next one? Q of x. Q of x is equal to x cube plus ax square minus 12ax plus 6. When this is divided by x minus 2, so equal to 0, x is equal to 2. So what's the condition? Tell me the condition.
Q of 2 is equal to yes, ma'am.
Very good, Danya. Q of 2, not P of. Q of 2, because Q of x and x is equal to 2. So Q of 2 is equal to the remainder. What is the remainder? The remainder is S. The remainder is S. The remainder is S. So let's see how this is worked. So see here. So see here, children. So you can see here, P of minus 1 is equal to R. When we work with this condition, we get R is equal to 5a minus 6. This is the expression we get for R. I'll explain how to work all this. I'll just brief the complete answer. Now, when we work with this condition, these are the two conditions which you people just said. Oh, this is Q of, children. Sorry, it's not P of. I made a mistake while typing. It's Q of. Okay, so these are the two conditions generated. P of minus 1 is equal to R and Q of 2 is equal to S. When you work with these conditions, you get R is equal to, see, R is equal to 5a minus 6 and S is equal to 14 minus 20a. Now, take up this condition given 2R plus S is equal to 6. 2R plus S is equal to 6. So take up that condition 2R plus S is equal to 6. In place of R, use the expression for R, 5a minus 6. 2R, 2 into 5a minus 6 plus S. What is S? 14 minus 20a. 14 minus 20a is equal to 6. Is equal to 6. When you work this, you can see in this equation, there is only one unknown a. In this equation, there is only one unknown a. There is only one variable a. So when you work this equation, you can find the value of a. And what's the value of a? The value of a is minus 2 by 5. The value of a is minus 2 by 5. Now see here, in the polynomial, I'm not explaining this in detail. In the polynomial, where P of x, wherever there is x, we use minus 1 is equal to R. And this expression we get for R. Similarly, this is Q, children. This is Q. In the polynomial Q of x, wherever there is x, use 2. Wherever there is x, use 2. In place of a, you should not write 2. Wherever there is x, use 2 is equal to s. And when you work that, you get the value of s. Or you get the expression for s. Now take up this condition given. Take up this condition given. For R, use the expression for R. For S, use the expression for S. Solve this and find the value of A. Do that. Do that, children. Please work this, children. I'll just get back. Done, children? No?
Done, ma'am.
Finished, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
And 1 minute, ma'am. Completed, ma'am.
All right. All right. So this is the next question. Done, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See this one. When polynomials f of x is equal to when polynomials f of x is equal to px cubed plus 4x squared plus 3x minus 4 and the other polynomial is g of x equals x cubed minus 4x plus p. When both of them are divided by x minus 3, when both of them are divided by x minus 3, the remainder is the same in both the case. We don't know the remainder. We don't know the remainder, but the remainder is the same in both the cases. We have f of x, we have g of x. We have two different polynomials. Both are cubic polynomials. You can see here x cubed, x cubed. Both are cubic polynomials. One is called f of x, the other is called g of x. Both are cubic polynomials. When each of them is divided by x minus 3. So f of x is divided by x minus 3 and g of x is also divided by x minus 3. When both of them are divided by x minus 3, the remainder is the same in each case. So when you equate x minus 3 to 0, when you equate x minus 3 to 0, what is the value of x you get? What is the value of x you get?
3.
3. Now,
Three,
how do
ma'am.
you express the remainder? How do you express the remainder? F of 3, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is equal to what? Do you know what the remainder is?
R P.
P.
No. Is it given that the remainder is P? No, we don't know the remainder. We don't know the remainder. We know that f of 3 is the expression for the remainder, but what is the remainder? We don't know.
R.
Where is it given? Similarly, g of 3 is the remainder. G of 3 will give us the remainder.
G of 3, ma'am.
G of 3 will give us the remainder when g of x is divided by x minus 3, but we don't know the remainder. What is given? The remainder is the same in both the cases. That means f of 3 is equal to g of 3. Now see, supposing f of 3, the remainder says minus 5. Here also in g of 3, the remainder is minus 5. That means f of 3 is equal to g of 3. F of 3 is equal to g of 3. So that is the condition for this question. The remainder in both the cases is the same. That line tells us the remainder in each case remains the same. That means f of 3. How did we get 3? X minus 3 is equal to 0. x is equal to 3. The value of x is 3. So f of 3 is equal to g of 3. F of 3, f of x, f of 3, g of x, g of 3. F of 3 is equal to g of 3 because the remainder is the same in both the cases. See here, if f of 3 is minus 5, g of 3 is also minus 5. That means f of 3 is equal to g of 3. So that is the condition. F of 3 is equal to g of 3 is the condition. So generating the condition is very important. And here the condition is f of 3 is equal to g of 3. See the answer?
Yes.
Don't write, please listen. So we are given that the remainder when f of x is divided by x minus 3 is the same as the remainder when g of x is divided by x minus 3. See, I've written that. Whatever is given in the question, I've written out here. The remainder is the same in each case. This implies f of 3. You will wonder suddenly how did she get 3? Because you equate x minus 3 in the rough column. In the rough column, x minus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. X is equal to 3. So f of 3, the remainder. How do you express the remainder? F of 3 is equal to g of 3. That's the condition. And work the condition. How do you express f of 3? In f of x, wherever there is x, you use 3. That is what is here, f of 3 is equal to g of 3. What is g of 3? In g of x, wherever there is x, use 3. Use 3 and you can see it here. Oh, here. That's it. Work and find the value of p. Now this one, just don't copy blindly, children. I'll give you time, go through the slide, or if you don't want to go through, write down. As you write, understand every step. Do not blindly copy. I'll wait for you to finish. Write down the question. Every step in the answer as you write, please understand. Any questions, ask me.
Done, ma'am.
Understood, Pranjit?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sanjay and Sindhu, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Completed, ma'am.
Understood, Danya? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear, ma'am.
Very good.
ma'am, I doubt, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, Srijana, yes.
How the 27 came, ma'am? 27.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, I'll tell you. Where 27 here? Huh?
27p plus 36 plus 9 minus 4.
Very good, very good. So you don't understand this part, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand this step?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now what do we understand by 3 cubed? 3 cubed means 3 into 3 into 3, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
3 threes are
9.
9
6,
threes
6.
are? Oh,
9
3
3s are 24.
3 threes are?
3 3s are 9, ma'am.
Okay, 9 threes are?
24. 9
happened?
3s are?
Yeah, 9 threes are. 9 threes are, yes. 3 nines are.
36, ma'am. Ma'am, right?
What
Convert,
happened?
ma'am.
Yeah. 9 threes are 27, Jana.
1 minute, ma'am.
No, nothing. What happened with the multiplication? 3 threes are.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Correct,
What
ma'am.
happened?
27.
3 threes are 9, 9 threes are 27. So 27p. Here
P.
3 squared. 3 squared means you should not multiply. You should not do 4 threes are 12. You should not do that. 4 into 3 square means you should work 3 square. What is 3 square? 9. 9 fours are 36. That's how you simplify. 4 into 3 square. How do we simplify this? You should not 4 into 3 square. You should not multiply 4 and 3 and say 12 and 12 square. No. 4 into 3 square means 3 squared is 9. So 4 into 9. 3 square means 3 into 3, 9. 9 fours are 36.
36.
3 threes are 9. Minus
Okay,
4.
ma'am. You should multiply that.
Which one? Yeah. 3 into 3. Because
4 into 9, you should
3,
multiply.
yes, 4 into 9, you should multiply. 9 fours are 36.
Okay.
Okay. So class, we should not do 4 threes are 12. It's not 4 threes are 12 first. It's first 3 square 9, then 9 fours are 36. Any questions? Others?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So then I've simplified 27p, then 36 plus 9 minus 4. When you simplify that, you will get plus 41. Then this p you can see here, 27 minus 12 is 15. Then we take all the p terms on one side and the numbers on the other side. Because you're solving for p, you should find the value of p. We should find the value of p. So to find the value of p, you're transposing. Take all the p to one side, p terms to one side, and the numbers to the other side. And find the value of p. So 27 minus p is equal to 15 minus 41. Transposing. Shall we go to the next one, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now here, if the polynomial f of x, when divided by x plus 1, leaves a remainder 20, find a. Also find the remainder when f of x is divided by x plus 2. So the first part you can answer. So see here. It's given that f of x leaves remainder 20 when divided by x plus 1. F of x, there's only one dividend polynomial given. It's a biquadratic polynomial because the power is 4. The highest power is 4. It's a biquadratic polynomial. It's a biquadratic polynomial because the highest power of x is 4. Yeah, so when this one is divided by x plus 1, the remainder is 20. Find a. We'll answer this first. We'll not read the second part of the question. We'll find a. So f of x leaves remainder 20 when divided by x plus 1. So x plus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 1. Do that in the rough column. X plus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 1. So now it means f of minus 1 is equal to 20. Now all of you understand this. X is minus 1. So f of minus 1 is equal to 20. This is a remainder. And in the polynomial, in place of x, wherever there is x, use minus 1. Here, wherever there is x, use minus 1. So I've substituted. And then is equal to 20, So how do we work this? Be very careful. Minus 1 to the power 4. Minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 is 1. Minus into minus plus, plus into minus minus, minus into minus plus. 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 is 1. So 1. Very important class, listen. How to simplify this? How to simplify minus 2 into minus 1 cubed? You must first simplify minus 1 the whole cubed. You can go wrong here. You must first simplify minus 1 the whole cubed. What is the value of minus 1 the whole cube? Minus 1 the whole cube means minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1, which is minus 1. The answer is minus 1. So this means minus 2 into minus 1. So now minus into minus plus 2 ones are 2. So plus 2. So see here, plus 2. It's not, don't think I have done minus into minus plus and 2 ones are 2. It's not like that. You must first simplify the power. Minus 2 into minus 1 the whole cube. The value of this is minus 1. The value of this is minus 1. So minus 2 into minus 1. Minus into minus plus 2 into 1 is 2. So that's how we get 2 here. Tanishka, tell me how we get, how this one simplifies to 3. Tell me how this one
Minus
simplifies
1
to 3.
square is 1, ma'am.
What do we understand by minus 1 squared? How do you work minus 1 squared? Who can answer that?
Ma'am, can I?
Yeah, what is minus 1 squared?
Ma'am, minus 1 into minus 1 is equal to minus 1 square, which gives us 1. And then 3 into 1 is 3, ma'am.
Yeah, Tanishka, that's what I meant. Yeah, continue, Tanishka. That's what I meant. I asked you, what do you mean by minus 1 the whole square? Minus 1 the whole square means minus 1 into minus 1, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what is minus 1 into minus 1, Tanishka?
1, ma'am.
I can't hear you.
Minus 1.
What's minus 1?
Ma'am, minus
What's
1
minus-
into minus 1. Positive 1.
1 because minus into minus plus 1 into 1 is 1. So it is 3 into 1, correct?
Yes.
Which is 3. That's how we get 3 here. When there is no power, you can straight away multiply. Minus into minus plus. 9 ones are 9. Yeah, work it and find the value of A. And yeah, let me continue. Let me finish it. Now, once you find the value of A, you can construct the polynomial. See, where is A? Here is A. Here is A. What is the value of A? 4. So 3 4s are 12. Correct? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Once you find the value of A, 3 4s are 12. 12 minus 7, 5. So see here, 5. 5. I worked it here. F of x is equal to x to the power 4 minus 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 9x plus 3a. 3 into 4 because a is 4 minus 7. What is 3 4s are 12? What is 12 minus 7? 5. So this is f of x. This is f of x. So now we've constructed f of x. We have constructed f of x. What's the next part of the question? Find the remainder when f of x is divided by x plus 2. Should find the remainder. We don't know the remainder. You must find the remainder. So x plus 2, when it's divided by x plus 2, equate x plus 2 to 0. So x is equal to minus 2. You must find f of minus 2. You don't know what it is. Also find the remainder when f of x is divided by x plus 2. So x plus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 2. We need to find the value of f of minus 2. So how do we find f of minus 2? In the polynomial f of x, in this polynomial f of x, wherever there is x, use minus 2. And find f of minus 2, which is 67. So when you divide f of x by x plus 2, the remainder will be 67. When you actually do the long division, when you divide f of x by x plus 2, the remainder will be 67. And that is what we find easily using the remainder theorem. Yes, please work. All the 5 questions are different. So if you've understood these 5 sums clearly, definitely you have a good idea about remainder and factor theorem.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Please write down, ask me your doubts as you write. All right, children, now it's time for my next class. Can you take a screenshot of this one and complete this?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. Here we are finding the remainder. So we are finding f of minus 2.
Taken, ma'am.
Yeah, wherever there is x, use minus 2. And find the remainder. The remainder is 67. F of minus 2 is 67, meaning the remainder is 67. Take a screenshot, children, and complete this.
Taken, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. May
Thank-
leave the call.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.